Benny, a point at home against the champs after coming back from 2-0 down. We started well until we were pegged back. Overall, you satisfied with the result?
Yeah, I think so. Given that we did, concede 2 goals, I think we showed tremendous spirit to fight back. Yeah, it's always unfortunate to go a couple of goals behind, but Melbourne City are a good side, and I think we played some good football in patches, and we didn't allow them to play their type of football that they like to play. Yeah, and I think coming back from 2-0 and to get a point in the end was probably a fair result.
Talk us through your goal. It was so late in the game, but to have the composure, to have such a deft weight on the ball, how do you see it?
Yeah, I think it all happened very, very quickly. I think instinct kind of took over in that moment, happened quite quickly. Can thank Mo Toure for the initial press. He put Glover under pressure, and then and then I was kind of onto it quite quickly. But yeah, I guess that's we trained really hard for 3-4 months to be in shape to be able to do something like that in the 90th minute. So yeah, I'm just happy that I was able to score and get a point for the lads.
Excuse me. You mentioned working hard in the off-season. Ross has been on record saying the GPS stats as a collective, as a squad, are greater or more improved in comparison to last season. Did you feel that, considering we were able to come back with so little time, like you said, 90th minute equaliser?
I don't think stats really tell the whole story necessarily. We're fit, but it's also you got to show desire and a willingness to win. You can't just get run in the legs and fight back like that. So I think it's probably a combination of the fact that we're quite fit, but also have the desire and will to win as well.
Speaking of desire and will to win, in Carl's post-match press, he said if the game goes for another 5-10 minutes, you get a winner. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think we kind of ran over the top of them. We definitely had the momentum. Yeah, I think it's just unfortunate because the fans were behind us, and I think everyone was really pumped up. So I think, if anything, we were pushing to win the game and not City.
I was just going to say, the fans themselves, the atmosphere was quite electric. We've got no Eastern stand, but the atmosphere, especially after that first goal, was quite electric, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. I think once Steph scored that first goal, there was a real momentum shift, and you could probably partly thank the fans for that. Once they get behind us, they're definitely our 12th man, and yeah, it's always great to play in front of them. It is a shame the Eastern stand is out for this season, because when it's packed out, it's pretty amazing there.
Shifting focus to this week's game against Brisbane, they've come off quite a comprehensive 3-0 loss to Victory. Do you have to be careful, a bit of a wounded animal situation?
I think it's probably too early to say. We've only played a couple of games. And they've both been away games for them. We know that they're quite strong at home. And we played them in pre-season, and they beat us 2-0, and we didn't play very well. So I guess that's added incentive for us going there. We know what we're up against, but I don't think we can underestimate them. I think it's too early in the season to tell who's going to be there at the end of the season.
You mentioned that pre-season game. It was a friendly, but how much can you take from that? Is it a matter of, really working out what they're liking and using that in comparison to the games they've played already this season to kind of figure out what the goal is for this Saturday and how they'll set up?
I guess it's a combination. It's obviously a bonus that we did play them in pre-season, but they've played the same way for the last few years. So I think we know what to expect when we play against them. But I think, to be honest, if we play our own game, we're good enough to beat any team in the comp.
Before training this morning, there was a bit of a video session. Was that a dissection of the game we played against City and looking ahead to Brisbane, or a combination?
Just Melbourne City. We always analyse the game a couple of days after, and then prior to the Brisbane games, we'll analyse them. We'll look at them on Thursday. And
from that analysis, where do you see us having? What do we have to work on ahead of this game against Brisbane?
I think all areas, to be honest. I think defensively we need to, tighten up a little bit. And also, I think in the final third, we're creating a lot of chances, but we just need to be a bit more clinical.